Spitfire Interactive has been getting absolutely wrecked by gamers over their affiliation with Sweet Baby Inc. on their latest game capes, and of course there's virtually nobody playing this title, and the Steam forums for this game are exploding with gamers calling them out on their woke BS. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, just a few days ago, this game was added to Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, or as it's known now, DEI Detected, and people were basically pointing and laughing at them because they tried to convince us that, oh, they had Sweet Baby do all this work, but almost none of it made it into the full release. This is a That Part Place article. It says Spitfire Interactive issued a response after its recently released game Capes was added to DEI Detected's website after it was revealed it consulted with Sweet Baby Inc. Now, what was pretty shocking is the fact that there are 8 developers who actually worked on this game, like main developers, like programmers, writers, the directors, etc. But there are 12 Sweet Baby Inc. consultants who helped on this game, and they really thought that they could sit here and try to convince us that Sweet Baby Inc. didn't actually affect the final product. People were calling BS. The developer, Penta, had issued a statement saying, "We already had 3 months and 14 pages of constructive discussion about DEI in the forums and delivered a gameplay update focusing on exactly what the player base wanted, leading to 80% positive recent reviews," which definitely is not the case anymore, because if you head on over to Steam, it is sitting at an all reviews of mixed and recent reviews of mixed. So that 80% definitely went out the window, but it says that you don't have to take my word for it. You can actually read up on it yourselves, but we were able to explain that Sweet Baby Inc. only worked briefly, mainly to bring the 4 to 5 people strong indie dev team, which, by the way, isn't necessarily true because they've got 8 kind of, we'll just say, main developers on this project. Maybe at the time they had 4 to 5. A strong team in contact with fitting voice actors together with the devs 2+ years ago, and many first skeptical players were able to find out that there is no hidden agenda or something else we force down your throats. Any time Sweet Baby worked on this game was too much time. If they changed one line of dialogue, that is still one line of dialogue too much. You should have never hired them in the first place. And I get it, right? 2+ years ago, Sweet Baby Inc. wasn't as hated, as it is today. But on the flip side, why did you feel the need to work with a narrative consultation company? And if you didn't actually add any of the content they suggested to be changed in the game, why are they in the credits? Well, it's because they did work on the game. It's because their work did make it into the final product. People are not stupid. You can try to convince us all you want that, oh, they didn't really change anything. Oh, it was 2+ years ago and they only helped us find voice actors, but we're not buying it. And on the Steam forums, of course, the game has its own thread, its own topic details, and people were asking about Sweet Baby Inc.'s affiliation. This is the first post that was made. Sweet Baby Inc. Detected. Just so you know, personally, I don't care. If a game is good, it's good. And the developer, Penta, had responded on this thread, but over the past few days, since people have been talking about this title and SBI's affiliation, it has absolutely exploded with discussion. Added to ignored. Welcome to my ignore list. Mention Sweet Baby Inc. is basically a death sentence. It repels income. Now, of course, if you think this game looks good and you want to monetarily support it, go for it, right? I'm not sitting here telling you to support something or to not support something. I'm just trying to give you guys information on games like this, on projects, and in my opinion, yes, this game definitely has a very heavy focus on diversity and inclusivity. And sure, maybe this was their idea from the start, but at the end of the day, when you have SBI in the credits and we see the content that you came out with, yeah, I mean, people are going to judge your game and ultimately decide to not swipe their credit card on it. In my opinion, it's always great to see this happen because people are voicing how they feel. People are saying that they're not happy with this game, with Sweet Baby Inc., and so many people are coming together to voice their opinions, right? And companies love to try to silence us, whether they're locking their threads on X or they lock down threads on the Steam community page. They try to shut comments off on YouTube. Like, they actively try to silence us. And while that isn't happening here, it's great to see people actually come together to voice how unhappy they are. As you can see, there's still people talking about this. The conversation has not died down. There's also a really good response to Penta's initial post saying you will have more, but also opinions about you thanks to the choices you will make. At first I didn't care. It was another thing on the horizon, things like that come and go. But what changed my view was how Sweet Baby Inc. reacted to what Kabrutus did, how their members acted towards others by trying to delete someone else's profile by mass reporting and calling for it to be, going full attack mode while playing the victim card and actually breaking X's toss, for which they got punished and their posts deleted. If Kabrutus was living in the US, he probably could have a civil claim against them in court for creating a harassment campaign. After that, it only got worse. No remorse from Sweet Baby at all. They just try to sell their narrative and have input in various other channels promoting aggression, hypocrisy, deflection, manipulation, and gaslighting, among other things, towards others, which I completely agree with. They are filled with individuals who are absolutely pathetic and do not care about their own hypocrisy, and they simply deflect claims and they try to manipulate people into believing, oh, we are at the center of a harassment campaign, even though at the end of the day, people are simply criticizing the awful content that they're making and ultimately the games that they're affecting. So I do agree with this post. I do think that at first a lot of people were just like, it's a narrative consultation company, who cares, until they saw the harassment, until they saw these developers and the media trying to defend Sweet Baby and going after Kabrutus, trying to get him deplatformed for simply creating a list that, yes, people who like Sweet Baby and could actually use. They could go down that list and buy every single game and support Sweet Baby Inc. and in as many ways as possible. But the modern audiences they want these games to cater to really don't exist, in the few people, a couple hundred people that could be considered the modern audience, don't buy every single game that they create. So I will be keeping my eye on Spitfire Interactive to see if they make any posts or any more responses, but for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.